Hello, Gemini and Gemini rising. So this is going to be a great month. It's going to feel like you're going to breathe a sigh of relief after all of the crazy energy and all the change that went on in March. You're going to feel like this energy is right up your alley. There's a lot of energy actually in Cancer, and your ruling planet is really positively aspecting a lot of days this month. So you're going to shine a little bit brighter than a lot of people because this is your ruling planet and it is making magic happen for not only you, but for everybody else. So let's get started. On March 2nd, we are going to be having Mercury positively aspecting Saturn. And anytime Mercury is positively working with Saturn, that means the great communicator, your planet, is teaming up with the great teacher. So understand, anything that you are trying to convey to somebody is just going to come off very influential. You're going to come off very thorough. The conversations are going to flow. It's going to be very easy for you to connect with people. Any idea that you have, people are going to understand it. You're going to be able to direct them to the right resources because you have, Saturn in there, like supporting all of this energy. And you have the sun positive, your sun is positively aspecting all of this energy too, Saturn as well as Mercury. And so this is all going to be in your 5th house. And so you could come up with some really amazing creative ideas that you bounce off people. If you start networking yourself and you're talking to people, it may lead to one idea, to one idea, to one idea, and it may just fall into place because the great teacher is giving you all the tools and all the people to help you manifest whatever it is you're trying to get through to people. It can make a very romantic encounter happen. It can ignite romance. It can make your sun shine in this new romance. It can make you very attractive. When Saturn is supporting you, you're very alluring on a stable level. People are going to sense that you're stable. Now, I know I've talked about the twins and how unstable they can be, and it struck home with a lot of my Geminis because I have a Gemini rising, and so people can look at me and think, one minute she's this twin, and next minute she's that twin. So I get this. I want both of my twins to come together, and when I'm trying to be serious, I want to be on the same page with my own self. And if there's doubt within yourself, you don't know which one, you don't know who to listen to. The duality in you, it makes you very hard to count on. But with Saturn in here supporting you, it's going to make you make decisions that are solid and steadfast. And it's going to be a really good supportive energy. Now, Mars and Venus are doing their dance. So you're not only going to have this great stable energy and you're going to be more attractive to others and maybe generate a new romance, but you're also going to be very passionate about this new romance. If it's a new romance, or you're going to be able to breathe life back into a previous romance, a romance that kind of floundered a little bit and kind of went wayside after all of the really negative and intense energy. This is just going to revitalize everything. It's going to put the sun back in the relationship. The communication is going to flow better. Saturn isn't going to give you any limitations in this relationship. So I see something really positive coming from this energy on the 2nd. On the 4th, this is going to be the most difficult energy of this month. And then we're done with eclipse season for 6 months. And so every 6 months, we get eclipse season. And so we get 2 eclipses a year. and lunar eclipse is a year. On the 4th, we are going to have a full moon lunar eclipse in Libra at 14 degrees. And so Libra represents partnerships and pleasure and creativity. It's how we appreciate the finer things. And this is going to be in your 5th house. So that romance that started to flourish, or that romance that you're trying to breathe life back into, could suddenly end. Something could happen and just suddenly end it. Then the reason I say this is because this lunar eclipse is being heavily aspected in a negative way by the Pluto-Uranus energy. Now understand, Pluto and Uranus take a really long time to part. They're very planets that go really, really slow. And so you're going to find that we're going to pull this energy. Our planets, our energies are going to go over this existing energy that's out there now. Of course, it's not going to be as hardcore as it was in March, but this is a difficult angle, this lunar eclipse. This lunar eclipse has the power of 6 full moons, because we only get a lunar eclipse every 6 months. And let me explain a little bit about what a lunar eclipse is. A lunar eclipse is when the Earth blocks the sun and casts a shadow over the moon. And so we can't, if you were to remove emotion, if you couldn't feel any emotion, could you look at this relationship and see it as a long-term relationship? And if you can't look down the road and see it long-term, then you're going to be out. Because Geminis don't stick around. We're not going to waste our, Geminis don't waste their time. They just don't. They're on to the next pretty sparkly thing because they know that has no future. And they're not going to do that to themselves. They don't stay in one place. They're the air. They blow to the next thing. It can be, they get a bad rap for it, but it's very powerful to be able to shift from energy to energy if you need to. And you work very well at being mutable and moving on with your life if something isn't working. If the universe takes something out of your life, you have great survival skills to move on to the next opportunity. So I'm not really worried about you guys as much. It depends on where Libra is in your chart and your natal chart, and if it's near 14 degrees, then that's going to be a lot more difficult for you just to be able to shift gears. But if it's in a decent part of your chart, I wouldn't really worry about this, because you're going to find somebody else if something else, if this doesn't go the way you want it to. Just know that anytime anything is in your 5th house, it could mean that you had a project, a creative project that you were working on that it's not ever gonna materialize. And so to go to the next project. But I'm seeing this more of a relationship type energy. I'm definitely feeling for a Gemini that there's going to be an upset in a relationship. It's going to dramatically change it, dramatically end it. It's going to make it cumulative. It's just anytime the universe goes in and takes something away from us, it's so that it can bring something to us. Something has been blocking us. If emotionally we're being bound to something that's negative and it creates instability within our foundation, then the universe is going to go ahead and take that away when the moon is shadowed, so that you don't feel the emotional impact quite as much. You're not going to make that emotional based decision. You're going to make a very logical, steady decision about your financial future and your life with somebody. I mean, that's what this does. It's once this energy happens, it is you will experience loss, but you will see it for what it is. And It's an emotional period, but for you, you're not ruled by the moon. So this isn't going to be entirely difficult for you, and you're incredibly mutable. So again, you know, if something is eclipsed out, that just meant that something more is just right around the corner, so don't worry about it. On the 6th, the energy turns back positive again, and everything gets back on track, because after this, we're looking at party time here, which is what Geminis really, really, really love. They love their positive, fun energy, and really everything is just shining in Gemini after this, because Mercury, your planet, is just kicking butt and taking some names in here. We also start the month with, you know, with Mars giving you ultimate power and making you completely irresistible. So you're going to regenerate. I don't even worry about it. Anyhow, on the 6th, the sun aligns with Uranus in your 11th house. It is being positively aspected by Jupiter as well. So anytime Uranus is in positive aspects to Jupiter and to Mercury and your sun, that means that everything that, it's like magic. It's like everything that comes out of your mouth is like silky, and it just, you communicate well, you shine, you're charming, you are on, everybody's just drawn to you because you just have this magnetic energy about you that makes you fun and easygoing. And I know that when anything like this goes on with me, because of my Gemini, I just attract people. I can't even help it, because, you know, you just shine in a different way. And Uranus is going to make you have some very unexpected things happen with maybe some friendships. So maybe there's a friend that catches your eye. If something was taken away by the lunar eclipse, maybe a friend catches your eye and just really, and you guys just kick it off, and you're unstoppable with this friend, and there's just a drawing energy between the two of you. Also, this is a great time to make really big hopes, dreams, wishes come true. This is a time to go forward with all of that energy, with all this Mars energy. This is a time when Jupiter can go in there and expand your hopes, dreams, and wishes. It can help you find a way to do that. And so if you set some goals right on the 6th and really harness and focus and make all of your dreams about what you want to generate, it's all about igniting your dreams, hopes, and wishes at the right time. Remember, I've always talked about timing. And this is a great time to put your visions in place and move forward with it. I don't know, create a vision board. Do something to focus you. Now, Geminis, you need to focus more than most people. So I suggest making a vision board for you. Just because you need something visually that you can attach to. You need something that keeps you on track. Keeps all the twins on track. Keeps everybody on track. Because you get too fluttery if you don't have something focusing all of your energy, okay? Then on the 8th, Jupiter goes direct in Leo. Now, let me tell you, a Leo and a Gemini are like bread and butter. And so this is a great, great, fun energy for you. It invigorates you. I mean, air just brings life to fire, and so this is a great expansive time for you. No more is anything holding you back. It seemed like in the past when you tried to get forward in certain situations, something always just prevented you and kept it down. But now that Jupiter is out of retrograde, it is time for all of that expansive, exciting, powerful energy to push you forward, okay, and just with oomph. And it's going to be in your 3rd house. And so this is the house that Gemini rules, is the 3rd house. Wow. So you have Jupiter in your house with your ruling planet positively aspected in this, which means this is so big because it's also in your 11th house. Mercury's in your 11th house. So Jupiter's going to be in your 3rd house, and Mercury's going to be in your 11th house. So this is big when it comes to hopes, dreams, and wishes. Anything you want, no matter how preposterous it may sound, ask for it. This is like a personal genie right now. So you need to ask. You need to set your sight on it. If you have to make a vision board to do it, make a vision board to do it. Don't forget to harness and focus all of your energy from now on. This is your new year energy. So this is, in March, we started our official astrological new year. And so this is the energy that you're going to move forward with. That vision board that you make, that you set your sights on, you are going to always look at that. I recommend waking up once a morning and just looking at it so that you never lose track of what you want to do, especially a Gemini. This is completely important that you make something that you can physically look at. And I know it sounds crazy, but we're talking about harnessing energy to reach your potential right now. So who cares how crazy it sounds to the outside world? What we care about is making our hopes, dreams, and wishes come true. And you have a personal genie right now, so just do it. On the 14th, Venus does oppose Saturn. This is a bad day, and it is in Gemini. So this is an icky energy. This could limit a partnership again. It seems like your partnerships are kind of on and off this month. But it's going to make communication very, very difficult this month, this day, excuse me, on the 14th only. And that's because Saturn is in there in your relationship sector saying, I know you're getting a little carried away, Gemini. You're blowing away. So come back down to earth. Pulling back the reins on you, getting both your twins back together, because sometimes you guys we get so excited, we get so wound up, we go here, we go there, we go here, we go there, but Saturn is wanting you to focus. So if you start blowing in the wrong direction, Saturn's going to pull back the reins and say, I said that this is what I need you to do this month. We're talking about making your hopes, dreams, and wishes come true this month. You can't go off on that tangent right now. If this partnership is getting in the way of making your hopes, dreams, and wishes come true, I am going to limit this partnership right now, because it's not about a partnership right now. It's about making your dreams come true. Now, on the 18th, we have a new moon in Aries, and this is going to be in your 11th house. And again, this is all about friendship. It's all about networking. It's about the internet. It's about getting yourself out into your social networks. Into your social circles and generating new hopes, dreams, and wishes. Marketing yourself and getting a group of people to support your hopes and dreams is essential. For me, I am doing that with my channel, and I'm finding that my social circles keep expanding as I keep making more videos. I'm finding lots more people that I have things in common with. I can talk about astrology all day now with people that are like-minded like me, and it's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger as I make more of a commitment to people to get personal with them. And so I just want you to use, something like my scenario. If you have a company that you want to initiate and you want to start, you got to get your circles to support that. You got to get enough word out. You got to shoot for the moon, and you just got to you can't look at it like, how is it going to happen? You're going to look at it like it is going to happen. And my friends and everybody are, all the energies in my friends. So let's go there for right now, and then we'll see where it goes after that. And then finally, on the 22nd, we have Mercury that aligns with Mars. And this is going to be in your 12th house. And Pluto is going to positively aspect this. Now, anytime we get into 12th house energy, this is probably not your strongest energy suit. It is deep thinking. But this is positive. This is when Mercury aligns with Mars. Mercury wants, we need to get some resources. We need to dive down deep. We need to know if we have any self-sabotaging behaviors, if we have anything deep down in there that prevents us from moving forward, we've got to address that limitation within us. We've got to see where it is. 12th house energy is anything that represents confinement within us. And so if we have some sort of energy that shackles us and prevents us from moving forward, Mars is not going to take that. Mars is going to dig, it's going to dig deep and it's going to dig fast. It's going to be aggressive about pulling it out. And it's going to say, look, this is the ugly demon we have to deal with. Okay, let's start dealing with it. I'm done with the flighty way. Like Mars is a no-nonsense planet. It gets in there and it gets things done. And it doesn't have any time to sit there and figure things out. It's very impulsive and very direct. And so, it's going to ask you to do something different, to have a new approach to these limiting behaviors. And Pluto's going to be in there supporting all of this, by the way. Pluto's going to be saying, yeah, it's right here. Here's the limiting behavior. It's over here. And then Mars is going to go in there and yank that son of a gun out and pull it out by its cojones, if it has to. I mean, it's a serious freaking planet when it wants what it wants. And then Mercury is going to be able to gather all the tools to get on top of this limiting behavior. This is a great month. You're going to love this month a lot better. You're going to breathe. You're going to feel excitement again. You're going to feel hope again. You're going to feel alive again. You're going to feel like the air is just floating around, but this time it's not like blowing you around like in a storm. It's you're blowing around on a breeze, and it feels so good. And so I want you to really, really enjoy this energy, because in May we start to have a personal planet go into retrograde again. And so anytime our planets go back into retrograde, guess what happens? We have to go back and do some inner work, and we got to look back at the past, and we got to do some fine tuning. That's in May, and I'm not going to talk about that right now because I want you guys to really focus on April and the exciting new energized month that we have for creative new beginnings, fresh new starts, and big hopes, dreams, and wishes that we're going to start manifesting for this coming year. Have a wonderful month.